Hey everyone, winter is finally here and I couldn't be more excited about it. Enjoying the cozy vibes of simply snuggling up with a warm drink. There's something special about this season. Whether you're in a city that turns into a winter wonderland or a tropical location where cold means wearing a light sweater, winter can make very different things. So let's explore some commonly used phrases that we can use to talk about winter. Whether you love it or you're just trying to survive it, these phrases will help you talk about winter like a pro. So, are you ready to warm up your English vocabulary? Grab your warmest sweater and let's jump in. First up, we have quite a popular phrase. Winter is coming. Thanks to the hype from Game of Thrones, this phrase has become a go-to expression to talk about the approach of winter. So when you notice days getting shorter and a drop in the temperature, we know that the winter is coming. But that's the literal meaning. You can also use this phrase to say that a difficult or challenging time is approaching and you should prepare for it. That's its figurative meaning. For example, save some money now because winter is coming. You might need it later. This means prepare for financial difficulties. The teacher reminded students winter is coming, so they need to complete their assignments before the deadline. This means a busy or stressful time is coming. Can you think of a sentence with winter is coming and drop it in the comments? It will help you remember this phrase better and I'd love to see what you come up with. Now, as the temperature drops, you might notice a slight chill in the air, right? This is like a clear indicator that winter is just here. That coolness can be described as a nip in the air. It's not freezing cold yet, but you can definitely feel that winter is on its way. For instance, there's a nip in the air this morning, so make sure to grab a jacket. You can feel a nip in the air while driving. Winter is almost here. But wait, just when you are expecting winter to set in, there's an unexpected warmth in the climate. That's what we call an Indian summer. It's a short period of unusually warm weather that pops up in early winter, almost as if summer is making one last appearance before the real winter takes over. Here are some sentences. We had an Indian summer last week with temperatures rising to 40 degrees Celsius. It's almost December, but it feels like an Indian summer with this warm weather. Has this ever happened to you? Well, I just recently experienced an Indian summer here in Mumbai. Moving on, all of a sudden, the temperature drops again and you start to feel that real chill in the air. That is what we call bone-chilling cold. This kind of cold goes right through layers of clothing, making it feel almost impossible to stay warm. For example, the wind was so bone-chilling that even my thickest coat couldn't keep me warm. Or, it's bone-chilling outside today. I can't wait to go back into indoors. So whenever you want to describe that intense cold, you know which phrase to use. Now, on the same lines, when the cold really starts being unbearable, you can use Jack Frost is nipping at your nose. You know who Jack Frost is? Well, he's a mythical character from old stories who represents winter's cold. When someone uses this phrase, they mean the weather is cold. So cold that you can feel a sharp, biting chill, especially on your face. For instance, walking outside today, I could really feel Jack Frost nipping at my nose. Or, it's so cold out here, Jack Frost is definitely nipping at everyone's noses. So whenever you want to describe that stinging cold that makes your nose tingle, you can use this phrase. As we move further into the season, we enter the dead of winter. This is like the coldest and the darkest period of winter, where days are short and the nights are long and freezing. For example, in the dead of winter, the sun barely comes out. It's the dead of winter and all I want to do is stay indoors. This is the time of year when the cold really sets in and you just can't wait for spring to arrive. Okay, now sometimes the cold brings more than just freezing temperatures. It can lead to some pretty intense weather, like a whiteout. Ever heard of it? Well, a whiteout happens when snowfall is so heavy that you can barely see anything around you. It is like being in a snow globe. Here are some sentences. We got caught in a whiteout while driving and we couldn't see the road. It snowed so fast that within minutes the whole area turned into a complete whiteout. Moving on now, if you are actually stuck indoors because it snowed a bit too much, then you can use this phrase, snowed in. This means you can't leave your house because the snow has blocked your door or the roads. For example, the snowfall was so heavy overnight that we were completely snowed in. But take a look at this sentence. I'm totally snowed in with client meetings and reports. This is a figurative way of saying that you are super busy. Remember, some phrases can be used with their literal and figurative meaning. And that's what makes you a versatile English speaker. Why don't you use snowed in to say busy and write a sentence or two in the comments? Well, coming back to the season of winter, when it is cold and you're completely snowed in at home, what can you do? Well, you can snuggle into your layers. This means wrapping yourself up in cozy blankets and putting on your warmest clothes to stay warm and comfortable. And don't we all love it? Just to be buried in blankets? Well, I really love to be snuggled into blankets and just do nothing. Come on, let's look at some examples. On cold mornings, I love to snuggle into my layers with a cup of hot coffee. Don't forget to snuggle into your layers before the cold wind hits you. And that brings me to our final phrase of this lesson. Toasty warm. Are you thinking about toast slices? Well, this phrase is not related to food, but it actually describes that perfect cozy warmth you feel when you're wrapped up in a blanket or sitting by the fire. Just like a warm piece of toast that is fresh out of the toaster. For example, you can say, I love wearing this sweater. It keeps me toasty warm in winter. Or, the car heater made the whole ride toasty warm. And there you have it. 10 awesome phrases that you can use this winter to talk about the weather like a pro. Try to use at least 3 of these phrases this week. Maybe start by making sentences and posting them in the comments below. This will help you get used to the phrases. If you enjoyed this lesson, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay toasty warm, and I'll see you in the next video.